When someone refers to themselves as having main character energy or being self-obsessed, we often think, wow, this person might be selfish, or they may be self-centered, they don't care about anyone but themselves. And it's often viewed as something negative to have self-obsessed and main character energy. But what if for most of your life, other people came before you? What if for most of your life, everyone else was the main character in your life? Like you weren't the main character in your life. A lot of us look at the lives of athletes, celebrities, anyone that is a symbol of success because they're living our dream life. The athlete may have that nice physique that we want. The singer made music that got us through so much. And even like the actor, we may look at that person because they're attractive. Like there are various reasons as to why we look at people. It's a form of escapism for some people. For others, it's sort of like an obsession. So many people don't like to admit it. Some people will admit that they have this obsession, they have this parasocial relationship.
Why didn't you call me back? And I'd be like, why are you so obsessed with me?
Relationship with this person. But what happens when you're constantly looking for escapism? You're constantly watching, looking at these people, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of escapism. What if it's too much escapism? What if it's like borderline obsession and you're neglecting yourself? What then? This video is for my younger self and for anyone else who feels that they're constantly seeking escapism from their life to live vicariously through other people because you don't want to face your life. You don't want to face that. You're not really satisfied with where you're at in life. And that was me. That is me. I can relate. It is relatable. When you feel unaccomplished, unsuccessful, when you feel like you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough, you want to look at other people. You want to watch them. Because it's a form of like escapism, and that escapism can turn into obsession, and that's not what I want for you, and that's not what I want for me. I want us to view those athletes we look up to, those like singers, actors, those people that have reached success that a lot of people admire. I want you to look at them. 100% possible for you to reach that level of success. I'm really making this video for my younger self who felt, wow, my life's so boring. Like watching people with extremely interesting lives. Like these people are traveling the world, they're going to events, fashion events, they have their own place, they're financially free, they're financially stable. And I found myself constantly watching them and neglecting myself. And I know there's other people that like are constantly watching and consuming and never really taking the time to ask themselves, how can I turn this obsession, or let's just say borderline obsession or admiration, so it can work for me? Okay, you admire that athlete, but what traits do you admire about them, and can you take on those traits? Maybe it's because they have that discipline and they work out a lot. You need to see the people you admire as inspiration, not an obsession. They're not an obsession. It's not something that is unattainable. Whatever they've achieved, you are going to achieve just as much. It's not going to be the same level of like success or the same storyline. You don't have the same story as them, and that's okay. But you can achieve just as much. And that's what I really wanted to drill into my head, because I don't want to constantly seek escapism, right? And get lost in someone else's reality. I don't want to constantly consume and not create for myself. And I don't want that for you as well. And that's why I'm making this video. Another major thing that inspired me to make this video was when I came across this influencer on TikTok speaking about someone she looks up to, and she was very negative towards herself.
seen her. She's so gorgeous, so confident, so beautiful. Literally everything that you would want in a person, she has that. And this person was
I
like,
like about this video is I
someone
like the
else
fact that
too.
she's hyping her faith.
What will
There is nothing
actually
wrong with you
convince
hyping
them to
somebody up
stick to
that you look up
one?
to
If
and saying
that
that
woman
they're a
had to go
queen,
through
that
this,
they are your
us
like
mortals,
your
us little
inspiration.
peasants,
But
how are we?
referring to
How are we gonna
someone else as a
survive?
queen and referring to yourself as a peasant is given lack of self-confidence, is given like you see this person as way above and way high here, and you see yourself as below, you see yourself as beneath them, and you should never refer to yourself as below or beneath or unworthy, because words are power, and the more you speak negatively about yourself, the more it's going to show and reflect on you. And it took me such a long time to realize, like, the more I speak down on myself, the more I like absorb that language, and I become who I say I am. So her referring to herself as a peasant, there's nothing I can do about that. But I don't want other people to like see that and feel they're beneath whoever you look up to. You're not beneath them. You are literally on your own journey of success. And one day you will reach that level of success as well. So let's get to solutions. If you struggle with parasocial relationships and getting any sort of advantage, if you're constantly watching people from escapism, and you don't really see yourself as like ever getting to that level of success or ever being in the same room as this person, I want you to sit down, and this is something that I've done. Like, sit down and write down 10 things, positive things about yourself. These things could be things that you hope to achieve in the future, or things that whatever your dream is, I want you to write down in the present tense, like you've already achieved it. Because the thing is, when we look at celebrities like a Rihanna or a Beyonce, and if someone was to say, if someone was to say 10 positive things about that celebrity, it will roll out of our tongue. It will be so easy for me to say 10 positive things about this celebrity or this influencer or this athlete or this Olympian, which Olympian athlete, the same thing. But when it comes to saying 10 positive things about ourselves, sometimes we struggle. The truth is, we need some solutions, and one of the best solutions is positive affirmations. Some people genuinely don't know how to use affirmations. Like, it's not just about saying I am rich, I am successful. Sometimes you have to use language that really convinces yourself that you are capable of taking actionable steps towards your goals, and that's what I had to do. So I usually do things like, I say things like, I am committed to like good like exercise, I'm committed to financial freedom, I'm committed um to reading. So, and then you can use things like use language like, I am healthy, I have beautiful hair. Like, these affirmations really help boost your confidence. Another thing that I do is I I get myself in my notebook, and I write down all the traits I like about this celebrity or influencer. And then I write down all of the traits that I like about myself, or all of the traits that I want. And every day I look at it to try and close the gap between my desired self, that person I look up to, and my present self. So it's sort of in a way accepting yourself, and at the same time like doing everything in your power to improve. So I hope this video helps. I'll be coming out with more. Have a beautiful